Goodbye, high creatinine. 4 bedtime drinks seniors must have and 4 you should never touch. The day is winding down and you reach for that familiar glass of warm milk to ease into sleep. Maybe you opt for a soothing cup of herbal tea, or perhaps a comforting mug of hot chocolate to cap off the evening. Every single night, you're making these sensible choices for your bedtime routine, believing you're doing the right thing for your health and sleep. And yet, the latest science is revealing a deeply unsettling truth. It's showing that some of these most trusted, well-intentioned bedtime drinks can actually be silent saboteurs, working against your kidneys behind the scenes. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Which of your own nightly drink choices might be doing more harm than good? Share your first thought in the comments below. That's exactly what we're here to uncover. We'll shine a light on 4 of these hidden culprits, and more importantly, arm you with 4 true hero drinks to fight back. And be sure to watch until the end. Because the #1 bedtime drink we'll reveal is not only the most effective, it might just be the simplest change you can make to safeguard your well-being, starting today. Just so you know, everything in this video is grounded in peer-reviewed research, completely free from marketing bias or miracle cure claims. We've sifted through the science so you can make smart, informed decisions about your health. 4 bedtime culprits destroy your kidneys. 4. Cow's milk. Kicking off our countdown is one of the biggest paradoxes on the supermarket shelf. For years, we've trusted a glass of milk to be the cornerstone of bone health. Yet, a landmark Swedish study in 2014 paints a different picture. It followed more than 61,000 women and revealed that older women who drank 3 glasses or more of milk a day didn't have stronger bones. Instead, they faced a staggering 60% higher risk of a hip fracture and a 93% higher risk of death than those drinking less than 1 glass. In fact, each additional glass of milk is linked with 15% higher death risk in women and 3% higher in men. Important note: this was an observational study which shows correlation but cannot prove causation. Worse still, for aging kidneys, milk's rich mineral profile acts like a metabolic overload. Its heavy dose of phosphorus can begin to leach calcium from the bones, while its high potassium load can put dangerous stress on the heart. The numbers are stark. And the logical trap many fall into is thinking skim milk is the answer. But removing the fat concentrates everything else. This means skim milk actually delivers a higher, more potent dose of both minerals, turning a well-intentioned choice into a riskier one. Adding to this burden, milk's animal proteins create acids during digestion that aging kidneys struggle to eliminate, potentially accelerating kidney decline through increased inflammation. This acid overload forces kidneys to work harder, often reflected in rising creatinine levels. This is why the National Kidney Foundation advises a measured approach. For most people, this doesn't mean complete elimination. It means mindful moderation. Consider limiting dairy to 1 serving per day and choosing lower phosphorus options like yogurt over milk. For coffee lovers, oat milk often provides the creamiest texture closest to dairy. 3. Black tea. At number 3, we have a beverage that sits on a razor's edge between friend and foe: black tea. On one side, large-scale studies link it to a lower risk of chronic kidney disease, or CKD for short, painting it as a hero. On the other, startling case reports reveal it can be a villain, capable of causing severe kidney damage. This paradox is a chemical civil war in your teacup. On one side, you have the heroes, powerful antioxidants called flavonoids, celebrated for supporting cardiovascular health and protecting your delicate blood vessels. But on the other side, you have the villain, a high concentration of oxalates. These are the sharp, microscopic crystals that are the primary building blocks of the most common and agonizing type of kidney stones. A 2014 case study documented a 56-year-old man who developed sudden yet so severe kidney failure that he needed to start dialysis. His medical records showed his kidney function rapidly deteriorated from normal creatinine levels of 1.2 in October 2013 to severe failure with creatinine at 4.5 by May 2014, along with elevated oxalate levels of 99 milligrams in 24 hours, well above the normal range of 7 to 44 milligrams. Doctors were baffled until they discovered his seemingly harmless habit. To quench his thirst, he was drinking about a gallon, that's 16 8-ounce glasses, of iced black tea every single day. The massive oxalate payload from this habit was enough to literally crystallize within his kidneys, causing them to shut down, sending creatinine levels skyrocketing if you eat too many protein. So how do you enjoy tea while disarming the oxalate threat? It comes down to two simple strategies. First, control the dose by not overbrewing. The shorter the steep, the lower the oxalate release. But for an extra layer of protection, here's the insider's trick. Add a fresh squeeze of lemon. The natural citrate in lemon is a potent stone inhibitor, actively working to neutralize oxalates before they can ever become a problem. Or else, try white or green tea periodically. They're lower in oxalates while still providing antioxidants. And here's an additional concern for sleep quality. With 20 to 50 milligrams of caffeine per cup, black tea consumed within 6 hours of bedtime can disrupt your sleep architecture, reducing the deep sleep stages your kidneys need for overnight repair and toxin clearance. And hey, if this feels helpful so far, let us know you're out there by tapping that like button. It tells us to keep making content just like this. 2. Prepackaged hot chocolate. At number 2, we have the drink that tastes like childhood and cozy winter nights. Prepackaged hot chocolate. But that comforting nostalgia hides a harsh reality. When you stir up a standard packet of Swiss Miss, you are essentially drinking a liquid candy bar. A single serving can pack more sugar than a Snickers. And that sugar load is just the beginning. This drink is a perfect storm for kidney health, launching a forefront assault on your system. First, from inflammatory fructose. Second, from stone-forming oxalates in the cocoa. Third, from a flood of chemical phosphate additives that are incredibly difficult for aging kidneys to process. And fourth, from hidden sodium that silently elevates blood pressure, forcing aging kidneys to work overtime just to maintain proper fluid balance. Here's the battlefield breakdown. The sugar. One packet can deliver 23 grams of added sugar, hitting the absolute daily limit for most women. The oxalates. Just 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder contains 67 milligrams, a dose officially rated as very high. The phosphates. The chemical additives are absorbed at nearly 100%, placing an immediate, unnatural burden on your system. The sodium. Each serving contains 150 to 200 milligrams of hidden salt from milk powders and processing agents, silently pushing you toward the daily limit. But the power to diffuse this threat is already in your hands. Instead of a pre-packaged mix, you can create a cup of reduced risks. Combine 1 tablespoon unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon pure maple syrup, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, and a pinch of cinnamon. Heat gently while whisking. This cuts sugar by 70% and eliminates phosphate additives. Upgrade tricks. Add a dash of vanilla extract for richness, or try carob powder as a lower oxalate alternative to cocoa. Make it special. Top with a small dollop of whipped coconut cream and a sprinkle of cocoa powder. 1. Sodas or colas. And finally, we arrive at the undisputed heavyweight champion of kidney destroyers, soda. The scientific verdict here is not a suggestion. It's a mathematical certainty. A meta-analysis of major studies concludes that regular consumption of sugary sodas increases your risk of CKD by 58%. And before you reach for the diet alternative, consider this. An 11-year study of over 3,300 women revealed that consuming 2 or more diet sodas daily more than doubled the risk of kidney function decline. The artificial sweeteners meant to be safer may actually trigger their own unique pathway of kidney damage. But what makes soda so uniquely destructive isn't just the sweetness. It's the poison your own body is forced to create from it. When a flood of liquid fructose overwhelms your kidney cells, it hijacks their machinery. It forces them to burn energy so fast that they produce a harmful byproduct: uric acid. In essence, a can of soda turns your own kidneys into tiny internal factories for inflammatory acid. This isn't an attack from the outside. It's a process of self-poisoning, causing scarring that strangles kidney function from within and leading to a steady climb in creatinine levels. We see the devastating consequences of this internal damage on a massive scale. In a 2024 study tracking over 127,000 people, just one soda a day was enough to raise the long-term risk of developing chronic kidney disease by 19%. And the damage starts much earlier. Another major analysis found that 2 or more sodas daily is linked to a 40% higher chance of albuminuria, or high protein in urine, the very first distress signal your kidneys send out when they are under attack. While the evidence strongly suggests minimizing sugary sodas, the goal is sustainable change. Start by reducing frequency, perhaps from daily to weekly, then to special occasions only. Replace gradually with healthier alternatives rather than going cold turkey, which often leads to relapse. Small, consistent steps create lasting transformation. Listening to that list can be overwhelming, especially when it challenges the very habits you thought were safe. But that is not the end of the story. Now, we fight back. Because for every single risk we've just discussed, nature has provided an elegant and effective countermove. And in the second half of this video, we're going to arm you with the top 4, starting with solutions you might already have in your own kitchen. 4 bedtime heroes to help lower creatinine. 4. Unsweetened almond milk. Kicking off our hero countdown, we begin with a brilliant opening move against the risks of cow's milk. We've seen how dairy's heavy mineral and acid load can challenge aging kidneys. The immediate countermove is unsweetened almond milk, a fantastic alternative precisely because it's so much lighter in both phosphorus and potassium. This move dramatically reduces the phosphorus burden by approximately 70%, from 101 milligrams in cow's milk to just 30 milligrams per 100 grams. For kidneys working overtime, reducing that specific stressor isn't just a minor adjustment. It provides immediate, welcome breathing room. This reduced mineral burden can help stabilize creatinine levels and prevent further kidney strain. But a smart move requires a full understanding of the board. And here, almond milk presents 2 variables that demand respect. First, its higher oxalate content can be a concern for those prone to kidney stones. Second, and crucially, many commercial brands fortify their products with phosphate additives, completely negating the primary benefit. This distinction is vital. This leads us to the one skill, becoming a master of the ingredients list. To unlock the benefits, you must choose a bottle with 0 added phosphates. The rule is straightforward. Scan the label for any word containing "phos." If you see it, put it back. Mastering this one skill gives you the ultimate control over what you bring into your home. Curious about the science behind it all? We've linked the studies that support everything we've shared. You'll find them down in the description box. 3. Chamomile tea. Our third hero has been quietly working its magic for over 5,000 years, from ancient Egyptian temples to modern bedside tables. Chamomile tea isn't just folklore. It's one of the most scientifically validated bedtime beverages for both sleep quality and kidney protection, making it the perfect gentle guardian for your nighttime routine. Chamomile works as a metabolic soother rather than a harsh diuretic. While many other herbal teas force your kidneys to work overtime filtering excess fluid, chamomile takes the opposite approach. It contains 0 caffeine, produces no significant diuretic effect, and actually enhances the deep sleep stages your kidneys desperately need for overnight restoration. It also calms systemic inflammation, improves blood sugar control, and reduces the overall metabolic burden that your kidneys must handle day after day. The science behind this gentle approach is remarkable. A 2019 meta-analysis of 12 high-quality human studies found that chamomile significantly improved sleep quality with a standardized mean difference of minus 0.73. To put this in perspective, researchers consider effect sizes of 0.2 as small, 0.5 as medium, and 0.8 as large, making chamomile's 0.73 affect a substantial improvement in sleep quality. And here's the connection that most people miss. Better sleep directly equals better kidney function. During deep sleep phases, your kidneys perform their most intensive repair and detoxification work. Even more compelling, a 2018 randomized controlled trial in diabetic patients, the exact population at highest risk for kidney disease, found that those who drank 200 milliliters chamomile tea twice daily for 4 weeks saw significantly reduced blood creatinine levels. The secret lies in a powerful flavonoid called apigenin, which works through the same brain pathways as prescription anti-anxiety medications, promoting genuine relaxation. In laboratory and animal studies, apigenin also acts as a potent kidney protector, reducing inflammatory markers and kidney injury while boosting your body's natural antioxidant defenses. Brewing perfection for maximum kidney benefits. Use 2 to 4 grams of whole chamomile flowers, not tea bag dust, per cup of 200 degrees Fahrenheit water. Steep for 7 to 10 minutes for optimal apigenin extraction. Drink 45 minutes before desired sleep time to allow full absorption. Choose organic, whole flowers from reputable sources to avoid pesticide residues that burden kidneys. Start with weaker concentrations if you're sensitive to botanicals. 2. Plain water. At number 2 is the hero we all know, but almost none of us truly understand. Plain water. We think of hydration as a simple flushing mechanism, but breakthrough science reveals its real magic isn't mechanical, it's chemical. Drinking enough water is a form of precise hormonal signaling that actively protects your kidneys. Here's how. When you're dehydrated, your body sends a distress signal, a hormone called vasopressin. This signal puts your kidneys under chronic stress, forcing them into overdrive. Low-level dehydration keeps this damaging signal switched on, day after day, silently accelerating their decline. Proper hydration is the off switch. This isn't a theory, it's a scientific fact, proven in a major clinical trial. When researchers coached people to drink more water, they saw a significant drop in copeptin, a blood marker that essentially measures how loud the vasopressin signal is. In other words, more water can quiet the hormonal signal that ages your kidneys. The landmark CKD-WIT study in 2018 tracked 631 people with stage 3 CKD for a full year, where researchers coached half the participants to drink an extra 2.5 cups of water daily. While the additional water didn't prevent overall kidney function decline, it significantly improved how efficiently the kidneys clear creatinine and reduce the hormonal stress markers. But here's where it gets particularly critical for seniors. There's a dangerous misconception that thirst is a reliable indicator of hydration needs. This couldn't be further from the truth for older adults. As we age, our natural thirst mechanism becomes increasingly unreliable, leaving up to 40% of seniors in a state of chronic dehydration, often without even realizing it, according to a study from the UCLA School of Nursing. The persistent state of mild dehydration can keep that damaging vasopressin signal constantly elevated. So, what does it take to keep you properly hydrated? The daily target for most adults varies between sources. Some suggest 8 cups per day, while some recommend around 11 glasses for women and 15 for men. But the most important rule is this: you cannot trust your thirst. As we age, that sensation becomes an unreliable narrator. Your urine color becomes a more trustworthy guide. Aim for pale yellow, as dark amber signals your kidneys are already under stress. To ensure that damaging hormonal signal stays off, hydration must be a conscious, proactive choice throughout the entire day. 1. Warm lemon water. And now we arrive at our number one hero. It isn't a rare herb or an exotic supplement. It's a humble glass of warm lemon water. For years, this drink has been surrounded by vague promises of detoxification. But here's what real detox actually looks like. It's not about mystical cleansing. It's about deploying a scientifically validated molecule that literally cleanses your kidneys of their most dangerous threat: kidney stones. Lemon water's true power isn't mythical, it's molecular, delivering citrate, nature's most effective stone-dissolving compound. Citrate works with a brilliant two-pronged defense. First, it acts like a magnet in your urine, binding to free-floating calcium before it can form dangerous crystals. Second, it finds existing crystals and wraps them in a protective shield, preventing them from growing larger or clumping together to form a painful stone. An old clinical trial put prescription citrate to the test, and it slashed the rate of new stone formation by over 90%. From 1.2 stones per person annually, down to just 0.1. But here's the most extraordinary part. Clinical data confirms that just a half cup of lemon juice daily, about 85 milliliters or 6 tablespoons, worked nearly as well as prescription medication for increasing citrate levels, achieving about 71% of the effect. This gives us a clear, evidence-based protocol. For maximum stone prevention, the therapeutic dose is the juice of half a lemon each day, diluted in a glass of warm water, as extreme heat destroys vitamin C. Roll lemons before cutting to extract more juice. Drink within 30 minutes of preparation for peak potency. You can add a tiny pinch of black pepper to increase bioavailability. And to protect your tooth enamel, the method is critical. Drink it through a straw and rinse with plain water right after. This isn't just a home remedy. It's a precise, natural tool you can use to take control of your kidney health. Conclusion. So, the ultimate lesson from our journey isn't just about a list of drinks. It's about escaping the diligence trap, the risk of doing the right things with the wrong information. True kidney wellness and healthy creatinine levels aren't found in a magic bottle. It's built, one small informed choice at a time, starting with what you choose to pour into your glass. As we wrap up, we want to emphasize that kidney health is deeply personal. The evidence we've discussed represents population-level trends and controlled studies, but your individual risk may be very different. Factors like genetics, overall health, activity level, and the totality of your diet all play crucial roles. Use this information as a starting point for informed discussions with your healthcare team, not as absolute rules that must be followed regardless of your personal circumstances. And that journey starts now. We'd love to know, of all the hero drinks we explored, which one will be your first simple switch? Share your plan in the comments below. We read every single one and are excited to see this community thrive. We want to thank you for being here, for listening, for having the courage to embark on this journey of discovering what truly benefits your health. A journey that isn't easy, but is worth more than anything else. Hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss a life-saving video. The sooner you spot kidney issues, the more you can do to keep things under control. If you're unsure about your kidney health and haven't been in a good shape recently, check out the video on the screen. Here, we cover all the possible symptoms, helping you spot kidney failure and take action effectively if needed. See you there. Stay informed, stay healthy.